How do you have a crucial conversation? And when do you need to have a crucial conversation? What is that anyway? A crucial conversation is needed when three things are true. One, the stakes are high. This is an important issue. It needs to be resolved well. Two, there's a disagreement. We do not agree on the path forward. And three, emotions are raised. So I'm starting to feel maybe anger or, resentment, or I feel frozen. I can't move forward. It's just maybe I feel icky. I don't know, but something is the feelings are raised up in me. I'm Brian Miller, Executive Director of Coach Approach Ministries, and I want to tell you how to have a crucial conversation because I feel like in my leadership that if someone would have at least asked me once a week, who do you need to have a tough conversation with and when are you going to have it? I feel like that kind of coaching would have been so helpful for me. But let me go even further on helping you to understand how to have that crucial conversation. First of all, there's what's called the fool's choice. And the fool's choice says that I can either be kind or I can be candid, but I can't be both. I have to make a choice. I can either be nice and really not bring up the problem, or I can be blunt and really let them have it. But the truth is, and it's always the truth, you can be kind and candid, even by using the word and. I love the way you're working with the youth, and a way to do better might be to get it organized in a more structured way. Right there, I was both kind and candid. One way I did it is simply by using the word and instead of but. I love that you're working with the youth, but it sure could be more organized. I leaned one way or the other. So first of all, the fool's choice. You do not have to make a choice about being kind or being candid. Let me give you a second one, is to understand what the problem is. Honestly, in lots of crucial conversations, it's difficult to have the conversation because we're not sure exactly what the problem is. In the book, Crucial Conversations, the authors talk about CPR. So C is content. Is that what it's about? Is it about what I think it's about? This issue that we're discussing, or maybe, the first thing that comes into my mind, that's the problem. Or is it some other content? Let's figure out what it is content wise. Although maybe it's not just content. We get to the P, CPR. Maybe it's a pattern. And so it isn't that this one thing has come up. It's that it has come up over and over and over again. And I really don't want to talk about the content. I want to talk about the pattern. It's becoming an annoyance. It needs to be broken. It needs to be overcome. But maybe it's not about content or pattern. Maybe it's about the relationship. This happened to me just the other day. I was having strong emotions, and the book talks about if you're having strong emotions and continue to have strong emotions, you're probably talking about the wrong problem. So I was having very strong emotions, and I thought, is it the content? Yeah, there is some problem. And I thought, is it a pattern? Yeah, there was a pattern of these kinds of content that annoyed me. But then I had this unbelievable awareness that it was about the relationship, and that some things I find difficult in relationships were true about this relationship. And so I was able to identify that's the problem. The problem is just in general, our relationship. And so maybe past hurts. It isn't about the content. It isn't about the patterns. Not really. The problem is the relationship. So first I talked about you need to go ahead and be kind and candid in your conversation. And then second, use CPR to figure out what the problem is. And then finally, how are we going to solve this problem? There are 4 ways to solve the problem, to bring it to a conclusion. We could make a command. We could say, here's what's going to happen. And maybe there's a right time for that. Not even maybe, there is a right time. to command. Maybe we want to consult. We want to say, here's what I would do. That's how we'll end this. I'll just give you some advice. Take it or don't. But it's, you have to decide what to do with it. But I'll bring some consulting. Maybe we want to vote on it. That's appropriate at sometimes. We'll take a raise of hands. We'll find out. Sometimes I do fist to 5. Where are you at on this issue? You can be 0, 1, 2, 3, or 5, and just have everybody vote in that kind of casual way. And the final thing is consensus. Let's come to an agreement where we both feel like we can move forward. But the key is to discuss together how we're going to move forward. Make sure we're both in agreement about how we are going to move forward. If you can get a handle on having crucial conversations, if you can begin to do it well, everything is going to change for you. You're going to get past all these obstacles that just come through, high emotion, thinking I can't say this. I wish I could say it, but I can't say it. Figuring out with what strength to say it. If you can figure those things out, you are going to be in high demand, both as a coach and as a leader. Be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any of our great content.